Today on PlayStation News, Sony could be looking at GTA 6 marketing deal. We could officially learn about PS5 Pro next week. Sony details the PlayStation 30th anniversary celebration. And Astrobot is the best rated game of 2024 so far. Let's get to it. Hello friends, welcome to PlayStation News, where we talk about the top PlayStation and gaming stories for the day. Hoping you are doing great. There's a lot to talk about, so let's start with some quick-fire stories. And we begin with Silent Hill 2, as the remake is getting really close. It's gonna be out on October 7th for PS5 and PC, so it's almost a month out. And Bloober team has started teasing more and more stuff from the game, and now they have mentioned on Twitter some of the features that you can use to increase the immersion for the game. So you can basically turn off the UI completely, and they also have some other filters like a 90s filter with grain effects and color correction if you want to go completely old school. So that's really cool for Silent Hill. The game did a really good preview recently, and it turned around fan expectation, because like it was very mixed from the first few trailers, and now it seems like there's a lot of people looking forward to what this game is gonna do. So we'll see what happens in October. Next, Warner Bros. Discovery has talked about Hogwarts Legacy 2 and how the game is a priority for WB Games. So this was the CFO Gunnar Winfield speaking at the Bank of America conference, and what he said there was, and I quote, "Obviously, a successor to Hogwarts Legacy is one of the biggest priorities in a couple of years down the road. So there's certainly a significant growth contribution from that game business in our strategic outlook here." Now, if we remember, Hogwarts Legacy was the best-selling game of 2023. It has done about 24 million so far. So we'll see what the game does. It should be, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years out. And we'll see if it's not another case of Shadow of Mordor to Shadow of War, where they pretty much destroyed the sequel because they added a lot of microtransactions and they had to revert all of that, I think. So we'll see how they do with this game. Moving on, Concord is already on its last day. The servers are gonna be shut down today, as Sony announced earlier this week. But now it's gonna be this rare PlayStation game, so obviously scalpers are taking advantage of that, and they are listing the game on eBay for a huge amount of money. So the game is priced at 40 for the MSRP, so they are going even double that, and all the way up to $25,000, which is crazy. The same goes for the controller. The controller, as I said when they originally announced that, it looks really cool, even if I'm not a fan. I wasn't into the game at all, but the controller looks really cool, and even that is being sold for about twice of the original price, which is $85. So yeah, obviously people are gonna take advantage of this. And we'll see what happens with Concord. It's unclear if the game is gonna come back. At least what Sony said in the blog post, it seems that they were gonna take it offline so that they could rework on the game. I don't think it's coming back, but we'll see. At least we're still getting more Concord later in the year. It seems that the Amazon Secret Level TV show is still gonna have the episode that they had planned to include the game. This is as per IGN sources. There's nothing official from Amazon or the producer on the TV show yet about the cancellation of the game, and if they are gonna continue with the episode. But IGN understands that it's still scheduled for when the series premieres on December. We'll see. The series is also gonna have appearances from Kratos and Jin Sakai from God of War and Ghost of Tsushima, so we'll see. Let me know what you guys think about this story as well. Moving on, we have more games leaving PlayStation Plus. So on September 16, we have another batch of games leaving the PlayStation Plus catalog, and we already knew that there were 12 of them, including Alien Isolation, Cloudpunk, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, including Horizon Forbidden West, even from Sony. Marvel Midnight Suns, and all the other games that you can see here. Now there are four more games that have been added this week, and that includes Unpacking, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2, and Planet Coaster. That's for a total of 16 games, and all those 4 games are on PS4 and PS5, so 16 games leaving on September 16. And we should be getting the full announcement for the new catalog games for September next week. As we know, it includes the Plucky Squire releasing on day 1 for PlayStation Plus, and it may or may not include Final Fantasy XVI based on the recent blunder they had when they activated the game for download last week. So we'll see what happens with that. And next we have some more information about Black Myth Wukong, because there's some low-key confirmation about the upcoming DLC. Now, on the previous episode, we were talking that there was this leaker, Lunatic Ignus, who was talking on his Discord server that the game is gonna get some DLC, and that was based on their sources, who managed to get some audio files that were corresponding to some characters that were meant for the sequel and were in the original game. And it seems that those are gonna be used for DLC or something like that. Now we have some other confirmation regarding that, and it comes from Bloomberg. So Bloomberg, they also reported that the game had reached 80 million copies sold so far on PS5 and PC, a huge milestone for game science after 2 weeks since launch. And according to analyst Daniel Ahmad on Twitter, the game has done about 800 million in revenue, which puts the game right there alongside other fastest selling games such as Grand Theft Auto 5 or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, regarding the DLC, Bloomberg also says that it seems that they have heard that Game Science is working on DLC, but it will be something similar to Elden Ring, where it's gonna be something similar in terms of size to how Shadow of the Earth 3 works. So we'll see what they do. Lunatic Ignus was saying that we could get an announcement by summer next year, so we'll see what happens with the DLC for Black Myth Wukong, because before they start moving into a sequel for this game. Moving on, there's another milestone, but this time for Sony, and it's also in their home country. So we have the latest sales roundup for the region, and PS5 managed to sell around 33.8 thousand units, and that made the console cross the 6 million units sold in the region. And that's even after I think the price cut is the price increase is already in effect. So yeah, it did so in 4 years, which is less than the time that it took PS3 and PS4 to get to 6 million. Yeah, so it's doing good even with the price increase, but we'll see if it continues to perform like that. Now, the PS4 managed to do like 9 million in the region, so they still have some catching up to do in terms of that. And yeah, now the console is $200 more than when it came out in 2020, so we'll see how it does in terms of numbers from now on. The region, which is almost controlled by Nintendo every week, and we'll see what happens with PS5 there. Moving on, there's another milestone, but this time for PS2, as it was added to the Japan's Future Technology Heritage Registry. So this is a list maintained by the National Museum of Nature and Sciences, and includes over 380 items made in Japan that quote-unquote had a significant impact on the state of people's lives, economy, society, and culture. So it started in 2008, and the PS2 is the first console to be added. And it's not the only Sony hardware. Like, they also had the Sony Walkman included in the list. So yeah, the region recognizing the PS2 as something important in their whole history is really great to see. Let's move to another story, which is that despite all these milestones for PlayStation or Sony as a whole, we had CFO Hiroki Totoki saying that he's not happy with the process that they have for creating original IPs. Now, this was something that the executive spoke with Financial Times, and he said, and I quote, "Whether it's for games, films, or anime, we don't have much IP that we fostered up from the beginning. We are lacking the early phase of IP, and that's an issue for us." Now, he admits that they lack in the process for creating new IPs, but he admits that existing IPs have made them very successful, but he thinks that they need original content in order to continue to growth. Now, I don't know how it has gone for them in terms of like film or anime, but at least in terms of games, they have usually created a fair amount of original content every generation. We had God of War on the PS2, we had The Last of Us on the PS3, Horizon on PS4, which is all of these three are being adapted or already adapted in some ways. But there's some history that they also have some IPs that they don't take full advantage of. They even sometimes forget about them. For example, Jak and Daxter or Sly, Infamous, Resistance, Killzone, all of that. The Bloodborne, which everyone's asking for either a remake, and it's even made into a movie. So, and for PS5, they also had Destruction All Stars and Concord, which have not done good. So yeah, they need to do some work, but they have done a good job in previous generations, and we'll see what they do with the process. I think the PS3 generation was one where they had the most new IPs in terms of creation for new IPs. So yeah, we'll see if they improve in this regard. And now we have some information regarding GTA 6, because even if Sony wants to create new original IPs, they won't stop investing in existing ones. It seems that they may be closing on a deal for marketing exclusivity for GTA 6. Now, this means that the game is going to be marketed with PS5, it's not going to skip either Xbox or PC. So this is coming from Red Gaming Tech and Xbox Newscast. So they have said that they are the ones that are saying that Sony may have secured the rights for GTA 6 to be announced closely with PS5 Pro. And however, Red Tech is saying that it's not like a confirmation, so you should take this with a grain of salt, whether it happens or not. I think there's a good chance. We have seen GTA 5 was close with PS3 and also PS4 in terms of like marketing. I think it was also on some of the showcases or previous events. We also got the PS5 version of GTA 5 in another showcase or state of play. So there's a good chance. So yeah, we'll see if Sony announces anything about GTA 6, or if they show anything on like a state of play, if they reveal the PS5 Pro. Now, who knows if Rockstar will reveal new gameplay with a state of play. They usually announce things at the beat of their own drum, like they usually just release the trailers online and everyone goes crazy and they don't have to play with anyone else. So we'll see in that regard, but regardless, there could be there's a chance that Sony has the exclusivity for marketing on the game. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, if Sony will be locking the exclusivity, and what do you think about like marketing deals like this, where the game will not be announced for the other console, even if it is on there. Now, speaking about PS5 Pro, it appears that we could actually have an official announcement next week. So this is coming from two sources, and one of them is Sony. So first we had some information from Lunatic Ignus, who posted on their Discord. And they said that there's a big announcement for the PS5 Pro next week that could happen either on Tuesday or Wednesday. And then the state of play, which he says is gonna be big on first-party games, and there's some mystery announcement or world premiere. Could be around the week of September 19 or 20, which is something that I've been saying in previous episodes. I think September 19 is the perfect date because it's the week, I think it's Friday before TGS the following week. So yeah, regarding the world premiere, he believes that it could be at the State of Play or the Game Awards, but he's not sure on where it's gonna appear, and I don't know what it could be. Like, I don't think it's GTA, as I said previously, because Rockstar releases their trailers on their own. So yeah, maybe something first party regarding any of their first party studios, and it seems like they are gonna let us know a little bit more about first party, because they have been playing their cards very close to their chest since the PS5 generation started, and we don't know about what's coming from first party at all, mostly. So we'll see what happens with this announcement. Now, the other source for this story is PlayStation themselves. They just casually confirmed the leaks that we got in the previous week regarding the design for the PS5 Pro, and this was a leak that came from Bill Kun, who is a reliable source. He usually leaks the PlayStation Plus stuff, and he posted this design that it looks very close to what a PS5 Slim is right now, but instead of having like one line in the middle, it has this sort of claw design. It seems like Wolverine claw through your PS5. So they posted the PlayStation 30th anniversary like image for the whole all of the celebrations that they're gonna have starting next week, and we're gonna get into that in a moment. And in the image, if you look closely between the PlayStation logo and the 3, you can see the same design. It has like the PS5 design, the PS5 Slim design, and it has these 3 claws in the middle. So yeah, they have basically put an Easter egg in the image, and it's like this is the PS5 Pro design clearly. So we're gonna see if Lunatic Ignus is right, and we're getting an announcement next week, or maybe at the State of Play, who knows. Let me know what you think about the PS5 Pro. Are you looking forward to it? Do you think we'll get it next week or at the State of Play? Let me know about that in the comments. Now let's talk about the PlayStation 30th anniversary that I was just mentioning. So Sony listed all the activities that they are gonna have regarding different games, and it starts today with Astrobot. So in the central hub where every other bot that you're gonna rescue is gonna be, there's gonna be this photo op where you can take different screenshots to celebrate the PlayStation 30th anniversary. They're also gonna release a free trial for Gran Turismo 7 this holiday for PS4 and PS5. And it's gonna have some of the favorites, cars, tracks, and events. And the idea is to like evoke the nostalgia from the first GTA, from playing the first GTA. So yeah, there's gonna have they are also gonna have that as well. They are also gonna have some new soundtracks added on Spotify or for purchase on Amazon and Apple Music. Each month starting October through January, they will release a new one, and it includes God of War from PS2, God of War 2, God of War Ghost of Sparta from PSP, Twisted Metal, Starhawk, and Unit 13 from PS Vita. So there's also right now a PlayStation 30th anniversary playlist, which is curated from all the songs that PlayStation gamers listen when they are playing, which I don't usually do that. I prefer to listen to the game soundtrack, but yeah, there's also that on Spotify. There was another announcement regarding some sort of board game that they are doing, and it's gonna be for sale on PlayStation Direct in the specific regions where the store is located. And I didn't understand this very well. It's some sort of board game where you have different modes like recharge, battle, or create. Again, I didn't understand this at all, but if you want to check out on PlayStation Direct, there's this up for sale, I guess. Next, there's also gonna be a free multiplayer weekend on September 21 and 22nd, where obviously you can play without PS Plus. And they will also have several tournaments for NBA 2K, Madden NFL, MLB The Show, UFC 5, Tekken 8, and Guilty Gear Strive. And anyone that participates can earn one of these 30th anniversary avatars. And there's also going to be some prizes regarding some game-specific prizes. So, and yeah, it's like not the most exciting celebration, like compared to like the 20th anniversary, where we got like the special PS4 20th anniversary that was even if it was limited, or there's no special controller or anything like that. But they have said that they will be announcing more stuff throughout the month. So we'll see if they announce anything else. Maybe the PS5 Pro is part of this, and we'll see. Let me know what you guys think about all these activities for the PlayStation 30th anniversary celebration. And also, question of the day: what's the first game that you played on PlayStation? So let me know about that on the comments below. Now let's talk about Astrobot, as the reviews have come out and the game is the best rated game of 2024 so far. I'm gonna read some of the reviews here in this roundup, and we start with PlayStation Lifestyle Shan Yoshi with a 10 out of 10, saying that in a world of by the numbers sequels and soulless cash grabs, Astrobot stands as an oasis. An absolute masterpiece packed to the brim with charm, creativity, and a genuine love for video games, old and new. There are still 4 months left in the year, but if I'm being honest, I think I've already found my pick for Game of the Year. Then we have Stephen Telby from Pushware with a 10 out of 10 as well, and he said that Astrobot is a stunning 3D platformer and easily among the best games in PS5's library. It really delivers on the promises of Astro's Playroom, building on the rock-solid core of tight controls and inventive gameplay and turning everything up to 11. With tons to see and do, almost endless fresh ideas, innovative use of DualSense features, and truly charming presentation, it's a confident and cohesive experience that players of all ages will love. To top it all off, it's a perfect game to celebrate PlayStation's 30th anniversary, reflecting on the myriad series that made the platform what it is today. Next, and on the lower end, was IGN with Simon Cardy giving it a 9 out of 10, and he said that Astrobot made me smile from the beginning to end, a collection of endlessly inventive levels and fantastically fun abilities. It delivers joy in spades, never once becoming even remotely dull or repetitive. And while you don't need a long history with Sony systems to enjoy it, it is especially a delight for those with a piece of PlayStation in their heart, as a treasure trove full of playable nostalgia awaits. Taking the PS5 marketing mantra that play has no limits more seriously than you would expect, Team Asobi has crafted a mascot platformer that goes near enough toe-to-toe with Nintendo's best efforts, and that's about as high a compliment I can give it. So the game has done really well in terms of Metacritic. It has a 94 with 112 reviews, and over 40 reviews are 100%, and the lowest of those reviews is like a 78. On OpenCritic it has 95 with 79 reviews. For example, we also have BGC that gave it a 5 out of 5, and Jordan Miller said that it produces a level of joy that it's impossible to compare to anything other than Mario's very best adventure. Or there was also Mark Delaney from GameSpot that also gave it a 9 out of 10, saying that Team Asobi cements itself as an essential PlayStation studio with an imaginative platformer for the ages. So I'm recording this before playing the game in about 20 minutes, and I'm really excited to play it. I saw some video reviews, and I'm really excited for what I saw there. And yeah, it seems like Team Asobi is continuing to improve themselves in terms of like their game output. Now they had done previously great games with the VR game that also reviewed very well. And obviously Astro's Playroom, which was like a love letter for PlayStation, even if it was short. So yeah, I just can't wait to play this, and I'm gonna leave my thoughts for a separate video. So yeah, you can also check that out. I'm gonna leave the stream link in the description and at the end of the video. So let me know what you guys think about the Astrobot review so far, and have you played it yet? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. So there's another game out, well, it's out this week, or out this week if you got the pricier editions, which is Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. So it did pretty good in reviews as well, and I also have some reviews here for this roundup. So Gaming Bolt Shubhankar Parijat gave it a 9 out of 10, saying that it has brutal action in mind-boggling scale, spectacular set pieces, and a bevy of content come together in what is one of the best action games in recent memory. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 is unmissable. Besides that, we have from PSU Gary Bagdasarov with an 8.5 out of 10, saying that Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 follows a lot of the same beats as its predecessor, but enhances all of its mechanics to suit the constant war in the 40,000 universe. Space Marine 2's combat is visceral and challenging, and taking on the Tyranids hordes with friends is a blast. It's just a shame the game suffers from some seriously long load times and slow progression. However, none of that should stop fans of the franchise from eating it up, while newcomers will find plenty to love as a space-traveling marine blasting through alien hordes. Now, on the lower end, we had Paul Tamburo from PlayStation Lifestyle giving it a 7 out of 10, saying that Space Marine 2 is a great hack and slasher regardless of whether or not you are a Warhammer fan. Its true-to-life recreations of the tabletop game's painted miniatures will please fans, but its satisfying combat will please anyone. However, it's definitely best enjoyed in multiplayer given some AI frustrations, and its operations mode is a few pieces of content short of being an excellent addition to the package. So Space Marine 2 has an 83 on OpenCritic with 77 reviews, and on Metacritic has an 82 with 33 reviews, at least for the PS5 version. But there were also other positive reviews, like for example Kale Adam from Pushware, who said that the game has a brutally satisfying third-person combat, but he said that the story loses focus a little bit because they are trying to do like too much. There's also Craig Robinson from Video Gamer, who gave it an 8 out of 10, saying that it fits well into the Warhammer universe with engaging, fun action combat, but has a limited map pool that makes multiplayer feel repetitive. I didn't play the original on PS3. This would be the first time I get to play this franchise. I'm not playing it at launch, but I'll play it at some point because I really love what Saber Interactive did in another game that I played from them, which is World War C, and it was really fun to play with friends. And looking at the swarm of zombies coming at you, and they have evolved that technology here for the Tyranids. I can't wait to check that out. Like the amount of enemies on screen, and it looks really great what I've seen in the reviews. So yeah, it did pretty good in reviews. So 2 solid games this week. Well, this is only available if you got the Ultra and Gold editions. It's actually coming next week, so let me know if you guys are looking forward to Space Marine 2 or are you playing it already, and what do you think about it. Let me know in the comments below. With that, let's get into new releases. I didn't do an episode on Thursday, so there's Paper Ghost Stories Third Eye Open on PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Shogun Showdown on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC. And for today, obviously, the highlight of the day is Astrobot. Besides that, there's also El Paso Elsewhere, which is sort of a dark fantasy game that it also has this mechanic similar to Max Payne, where you like jump in with bullet time. There's also Ace Attorney Investigations Collection on PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. It brings like all the DS games, the investigations DS games into one collection. Besides that, there's NBA 2K25 for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Aero the Acrobat 2, I believe SNES Classic is back again. This is the second one. They also released one earlier this year, and there's also one coming later this year. So this one is out today for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and Nintendo Switch. There's also Sons of Is Back retro game selection for PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC, and Perennial Order for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. Let me know what you guys are picking up this week, and yeah, with that, that's everything that I have for today on PlayStation News. Let me know what you guys think about everything that we mentioned here. Do you think we're gonna get that PS5 Pro announcement next week? What do you think about all the stuff that Sony has announced for the 30th anniversary, and them practically confirming PS5 Pro exists and it looks exactly as we saw a couple last week? And what do you think about the Astrobot and Space Marine 2 reviews? So yeah, remember that you can find all of the sources for these stories in the description below. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and giving it a thumbs up. It helps a lot on these videos. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.